Over the years in my Gower videos, I've talked a lot about caves on Gower, such as Minchin Cave and Pavlant Cave in parts 2 and 7 of A Bit of History About Gower. And today I'm heading to a cave that may not be as well known as others, but is of equal historical and geological importance, and it's called Bacon Hole.
To get to Bacon Hole, we drove through the beautiful Gower roads, passing some friendly faces along the way. We parked up in Southgate, then walked east for about 20 minutes before we reached Hunts Bay.
So we have made it to the location of Bacon Hole, but unfortunately the tide is just too far in and we are filming during the winter, so if we wait long enough for the tide to go out, it's going to be dark. And of course, being winter, the weather isn't 100% on our side either. So we're going to have to come back another day, but fortunately for you, the viewer, that's right now. And we're back. A few weeks later, the tide is out, the sun is shining, and we're heading to Bacon Hole.
Accessing Bacon Hole isn't the easiest and is best at low tide. It is a scramble over the rocks, but this is much safer than attempting the path over the top. I wouldn't recommend this, and particularly when we arrived the first time, it was very wet and not safe to walk. I would only visit this cave if you're a confident climber and when the tide is going out. Like many caves in this area of outstanding natural beauty, Bacon Hole is a protected conservation site with many artifacts, various animal bones, and much more still being discovered.
Along with the many animal bones found in this cave, many archaeological finds have been recovered, such as jewellery and cooking equipment. These finds are evidence that this cave, along with many on Gower, have been home to both humans and animals for thousands of years.
In part 7 of A Bit of History About Gower, I discussed the evidence of a raised beach platform and fossil beach layers at Fall Bay, suggesting that the sea levels were, in fact, much higher than they are today.
And here at Bacon Hole, we can see another fantastic example of a fossil beach layer, particularly at the entrance to this cave.
To learn more about raised beach platforms and fossil beach layers, check out A Bit of History About Gower Part 7.
There has been a lot of discussion over the last century about red streaks on the walls of this cave. Now, the first excavation of this cave took place in the mid-19th century, but it wasn't until 1912 when these were first thought of being an early example of Paleolithic art or human drawings.
Since filming, there's actually been a massive breakthrough regarding these red streaks. Experts have recently announced that the red streaks are now believed to be the oldest human drawings in northwestern Europe. This just goes to show that Gower is full of history and we're still learning about our ancient past every day. You may be wondering, why is it called Bacon Hole? Is it because the dramatic opening to this cave looks a bit like a streak of bacon? In truth, it is more likely due to the red streaks and ochre on the cave walls.
Bacon Hole, like many caves on Gower, make this peninsula particularly special. For me, what I find most interesting is the amount of objects discovered in them, revealing that this cave, like many on Gower, have been home to both humans and animals for thousands of years. It also reveals the capacity of limestone to withstand the test of time.